As we move into the final stage of the meeting, the Presidential Search Committee report, I'd like to first take a second personally to thank the gentleman who will be giving that report, Mr. Stucker. He's done a lion's share since last September of work. He's kept us on task, and he's kept us remarkably on time in what was considered, at best, a very, very ambitious schedule. So I would like to give Mr. Stucker and his co-chair, Terry Mobley, a round of applause. Mr. Stucker, the Presidential Search Committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With deep regret, the search committee is no longer functioning. and unfortunately, once again, it only happens every 10 years. So, but be that as it may, I certainly like to thank and this is in no particular order, the trustees that served on that: Joe Hearn Curris, who's not here today, unfortunately, Pam May, Billy Joe Miles, Vice Chair Terry Mobley, Everett McCorvey, and myself. The students, and I would hope you're in the back. Is Taylor Cox here?
Taking
No.
an exam.
He's taking an exam. And Ryan Smith. And those two, there's Ryan on our board, obviously. Taylor represented the undergraduates and Ryan the graduates. And thank you, sir. Well done. The faculty, and I know two of the three I saw, and I didn't look for all of them. Holly Swanson, the chair of the Senate. Holly, would you stand up, please? Oh, there you are. Okay. Is Lee Meyer here? He's not here. And Shelley, I saw you back there. Shelley Steiner, would you stand up, please? There you are. Thank you, sir. Alumni Myra Tobin, I saw you back there, please. The elected, yeah, there you are, elected representative. And then Bart Miller, I saw you back there representing staff. And thank you, committee. It was a pleasure to work with you since last fall. I know you'll miss the thunderous emails that Peggy Way sends out now, and the continuum of where to go, when, and what to do. I hope it goes without saying, Peggy Way is absolutely invaluable to all of us. Without her not only producing all the materials, but quite wise counsel in many, many manners, she has kept me out of a lot of trouble. So, Peggy, I thank you very much. I'd like to thank Alan Saylor and Robert, part of the security team, and others. Will is a tall gentleman. Who assisted us relative to our moments up in northern Kentucky, securing the sites where we conducted our business, and they were. I personally, on behalf of the committee, thank them very, very much. Our consultants, Greenwood, Asher, and Associates, I think did another wonderful job. It would get testy a little bit every now and then, but that's part of the process. If it doesn't get testy, you're not doing enough. But Jan Greenwood, Betty Asher, and Marion French did a wonderful job. The search committee as such had a responsibility, per the board and the chair, to bring a list of candidates, if you will, to the Board of Trustees. The committee concluded their business several weeks before Chairman Brockman took over it this past weekend. And Britt, I want to tell you, you were continually under fire, continually under pressure. You did an absolutely magnificent job taking the reins and pushing it through to completion. I would suggest everybody's exceptionally pleased with the result, and hopefully they come up to the level of Lee and Patsy Todd. I'm sure it shall, and we just all look forward to good things happening in the future and continuing what Lee and Patsy started. I thank you, sir. I certainly thank the committee, and I'll not serve in 10 years. That's my report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Stucker. Again, we did meet this past weekend in northern Kentucky and announced on Sunday evening our preferred finalist. Again, Eli Capilouto and his family were vetted across campus to the various constituency groups yesterday. This morning at 8 o'clock in closed session, we reviewed the results. The results were very, very encouraging, and because of that, we're back here for a motion. And I do believe the honor of that motion should go to Mr. Stuckert.
Mr. Chairman, with great pleasure, I move that Eli Capilouto be offered a contract by the Board of Trustees to serve as the 12th president of the University of Kentucky.
It's been moved that Eli Capilouto be nominated as the 12th president of the University of Kentucky. Do I hear a second?
Second.
It's been seconded by Joe Peak. All those in favor of approving for contract Eli Capilouto as our 12th president of the University of Kentucky signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No. It is unanimous. And with that, if you would indulge me. If we could bring out We're so excited that you're here. Eli, Emily, Mary Lynn. Last night, as I was thinking about today and all that it means for our institution, I reflected back to several months ago when our search committee put together the criteria we wanted in the 12th president of the University of Kentucky. Above all else, we knew the next president would have a very tough act to follow. It has been 10 years of significant, dramatic progress, even in the face of daunting economic impediments and challenges. A more than doubling of our research output, record retention and graduation rates, a renewed and expanded commitment to serving the entire Commonwealth, and of course a vision and a concrete plan to chart a course to reach the mandate we've been given to make Kentucky a better place by becoming a top 20 public research institution. Dr. Todd helped change the culture of this place. In doing so, he's helped make UK and Kentucky better places. Thank you, Lee and Patsy, for what you have meant and will continue to mean to UK and the Commonwealth. As we began to look for how best to move forward, we said we wanted 4 primary attributes: superior leadership and management skills, a record of scholarly achievement, innovative leadership skills, an ability to communicate with both internal and external constituencies of the university. It's a description that almost appears to have been written with Eli Capilouto in mind. You have his bio and have heard and read about it over the last few days, so there's really no need to dwell on it in great detail here. But suffice it to say, he is an accomplished scholar in his field. He has helped lead an institution with perhaps the finest academic medical center in the South and one of the best in the country. He has helped lead an emerging and growing institution into new areas of excellence with a new commitment to undergraduate education and excellence. And he has been an unquestioned civic and community leader in his native state, drawing praise from people from all walks of life throughout Birmingham and Alabama. Those attributes are the stuff of numbers, CVs, and bios that fill websites and news releases. But how do you take the measure of a man? Something Eli said the other day struck me to that end. When he and Mary Lynn visited our campus last week, incognito, Eli said, "You learn a lot about people when they don't know you're watching." Listen to what people in that context say about Eli Capilouto: a brilliant scholar, a highly seasoned administrator, an innovative consensus builder, said one. A rare individual who has both humility and exceptional competency, said another. strong, thoughtful leadership along with commitment and compassion. One of the most honest people I know, someone I trust completely. We are lucky and fortunate today in Eli Capilouto, Mary Lynn, and Emily. We have found a family that meets our expectations and the criteria we have set forth to lead Kentucky's most vital institution at a critical moment in its history. But as importantly, we have found people we will be proud to make part of our family. Today, we choose a leader who, like Dr. Todd before him, is challenging us not to dream too little dreams. Let us rise to the occasion and join him in the challenges ahead and in the dreams that together we will make reality. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce the 12th President of the University of Kentucky, Dr. Eli Capilouto.
With the deepest humility and gratitude, I accept the honor that you have bestowed upon me today and commit myself to use every ounce of my energy and hopefully goodness to advance this wonderful university. My first contact with this university in the last 10 years was really sitting in an audience listening to Dr. Todd at national meetings talking about some of the wonderful things that were going on here. My next really personal introduction, and I heard those several times, and he represented you so well. My next introduction is when I got enticed to come for an interview and I met members of the search committee, many of whom are members of this Board of Trustees. And then I got to meet all of the trustees subsequently. And from my initial meetings, I had this immediate connection that, you know, you don't feel that many times in your life, but this was touching for me. And then it seems like everybody knows now about my visit to campus with them. That was terrific, and that's when I discovered you're the real thing. Yesterday, when I returned to the bookstore that I visited last week, the other thing I like about you, you're all very honest. I walked in and the salesperson there looked at me and she figured out who I was and she said, "You turkey." She said, "You should have told me what you were doing." But it's that kind of genuine spirit and warmth that brings us here today, and our desire to be a part of your family. And we greatly appreciate your gracious hospitality that has been extended to us. It was a pleasure to be with the governor and to learn of the support by his office and the General Assembly and their beliefs in higher education and what you're doing. And I know despite all the challenges we face, I found the deepest commitment among everyone, from elected officials, from our students, our faculty, our staff. And I'm confident working together, those big dreams that have always motivated me in my life, and I know motivate you, will come to reality and we can celebrate together. Thank you very much.